Hello,
Fune.
everybody. What? I just transitioned it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Theta Thursdays After Hours. What?
We can't hear you in here.
What? Oh, can you guys not? There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Theta Thursdays After Hours. We are all pretty busy today. A lot of people are busy today, so we only have a small group of people today. A very chill show. So how's everyone else's day going?
My day's been okay. You know.
I'm doing alright. I just lost a bunch of fighters, but I have Hisk for more.
T1 or T2?
T2.
See, years ago when I bought my first supers and carriers and everything, I had a bunch of T1 fighters, and I said once those die, I'll switch. They still have not died yet. So still rocking some T1 fighter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Every time you drop, you get some SS fighters on them, and you lose like 2 fights usually. If it's in like an actual fight.
And every time I get in my super, I'm either murdering a Loki or you know, no fights for me.
Or do you subscribe to Hell Dunks or Blue Balls?
No, that's just kind of what happens every time I'm in my. I only have one super pilot, so she's either in a fight that is really never going to go down, or she's in the subcap fleet fighting. We do have a guest today. We have a couple guests today, actually. Obviously, Mifune and I here. Dox is back again. He's a recurring regular. We have Lil Maniac. We have Azuriel Ann, who are both two big Theta people. And then we have Klexos, who I think is in it, right?
No, I'm in Ascendance.
No? Whatever.
I think it'll do.
Whoa.
ASCII
That's
recruiting.
That is messed up, isn't it?
I thought you were in it. I'm sorry. Anyways, Klexos is here, and he's a regular FC for Goon Swarm. So we're just going to hang out. We're going to keep the show short today, guys. Probably about an hour at most. Since it's late, we're just going to hang out.
Yeah, it's pretty late tonight.
So how's your guys' week been?
So I finally dropped my
It's been good.
statistic class.
It's hasn't been too busy.
Declarion!
Oh, DeClorian's here! Hooray!
Hello, dudes.
Oh, what's going on, DeClorian?
I'm really sleepy. I want to go to bed.
And Britt! Yay! Everybody
Before
wants to
that,
be
I'm just gonna say,
I'm
gotta fix my shoulder pad at some point.
I'll fix the shoulder.
We will.
pad.
We will.
I'm not even on the show.
That's okay. It was kind of last minute because there's so much going on. We're like, I guess we have to wait.
Well, it's
That's
funny
what
because I literally pulled it up to see if anybody was streaming anything, and I saw, why does INN have 109 people on it? Oh, and then I realized you guys had started late, so there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna just do short, kind of hang out. I know half the chat's been like, "Hi, how's it going?" and the other half the chat's like, "Fuck cooties, everything's on fire." So I'm not gonna feed in. I don't think we're gonna feed into that tonight.
And today's a very chilled kind of vibe.
I'm working on a new funny video.
Oh, is it for Saturday?
If I can get it done in time. This one is one of my longer pieces, so I need to work on.
Okay.
Does it contain
Yes,
Fountain Frank?
I was inspired by all of the Matani hate over the last week or so.
These guys are the
Wait,
salt, as you said,
fun.
the saltiest
Is it-
winner.
Is it a diss track?
I don't think Briss makes diss tracks, so I really
It's
want
not
the
a
guy
diss
who
track.
made
It's not a
one.
diss track. It's a little more highbrow than that.
Oh, we passed to rap battle phase, right? Got it.
Are we
we're,
in
we're
phase
way out of
5
the rap
now?
battle phase.
Where's Billy to tell me what phase I'm in? I need a chart for this.
I think because of passing out of the rap battle phase, I think phase 5 was 2 fucking dictors. So I think we're in the 2 fucking dictors phase, which would make sense because of all of the bubbles on Saturday or Sunday, whatever day that was.
Or that's
Sunday.
something that we got to get into is the new Wubble. Webble?
Wobbles.
Wobbles. Wobbles.
Weebles.
Webifying bubbles. Wobbles.
Oh, Wubble.
No, it is.
Do you wibble
Wobbles
before you wobble?
fall down.
No, it is Wobbles, and it will
I don't know
always
what's
be
going on
Wobbles.
with WTech. What are they huffing and
They're
puffing
they're
about?
they're calling out all of the iHubs that they got today.
Oh,
That's what they're doing.
whatever. I got to be the best Logi pilot ever. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Wolf. So I like glanced
I got a bunch
through
of
them.
kills.
I don't normally read all the dev blogs super hardcore unless it pertains to something I actually care about. And I only fly sabers, so
I just want to say
Yeah.
I care about WTAP 4 so much that I don't even know where it is.
I know.
Didn't fake delve.
Like, is the
How long?
I didn't know we had that in the game.
When did they start it? Was it July? What month is July?
we
6th?
started
July?
July 5th.
July.
July 5th,
So,
we had a
four-
big
4
fireworks
months?
party.
The 7th
What
month.
months?
4 months.
This and
Every
in
system
4
every month
months-
that I have in is not actually delve. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That-
so in
that's
4 months. Okay, it's all good. Let's do this, boys. So 4 months to reach Delve. Now, this is phase 1 now. So
Yeah.
now it's up 4. Is that it?
We think we're in 5, but we have no confirmation on that yet.
Kind of is phase 1 because we're always really just like starting.
Oh, good, guys. We're just having fun. It's all good. Delve by December. Okay. Oh, December is my birthday also. Okay.
Ooh, fireworks in December. I love it.
Yeah, guys. Don't forget. My birthday is on the 24th of December. I want
Really?
gifts.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what?
Do you-
I don't want to hear it. You just
I
missed
am
my
that
birthday.
special. I am that special, okay? It's even on the 24th.
My birthday was a week and a half ago. Did you say anything? No.
You say anything?
Of course I
I
did.
don't. I would have said happy.
They sang me happy birthday.
Who is they?
We totally sang him happy birthday.
See? Even though Brisk wasn't there, he was there in spirit.
My spies told.
Yeah, see.
But
He's
you
got
know
eyes
today
everywhere.
is Mike Flood's birthday.
It's always Mike Flood's birthday now.
Every day.
It's been his birthday for a solid 3 weeks now.
Yeah, if it's
March.
Mike Flood's birthday every day for the next year or so, he might hit puberty.
Eventually
Sounds-
will.
Well, maybe.
That comment. Okay.
Do you want to stop
Uh,
grabbing here? We're in KTech 6. You can go grab in KTech 6. It's all good.
Crap. No one wants.
So my father's 50th birthday is on December 11th, and I have been trying so hard to get him to log back into Eve, but I haven't gotten him to budge yet.
You're gonna ask like what to get him, and I was gonna point you to Brisk. Yo, what is an older father figure
Oh
want
no,
for his birthday?
what he really
Bourbon?
wanted for
What
his
do you think
birthday
we
was my dad doesn't drink bourbon. He actually prefers Land Shark over anything.
Get him a bottle of that.
For his 50th, he wanted to go to Eve Fest in Iceland, but then Corona happened, so that sadly isn't happening.
Just buy him a subscription for his birthday.
Should be in Vegas having the goon dinner right now.
Dude,
I totally
I'm
forgot
telling
about
you,
that.
this is what is killing me this week. It's
I
that
should be in
the
Vegas.
entire week we should be in Vegas. This is bullshit.
Oh man, don't tell me that. I was having a good week until now. Now I'm gonna think about
Vegas
Vegas.
I could be at wherever we were gonna have our dinner. Probably at that like weird.
At that Greek
Mexican,
wedding place.
Yeah, it was like a Mexican wedding place in like the shady part of town. But it is they usually get whatever cater we get is usually really good, and they have thrones for mittens at the dinner table and an open bar. And I would have been drunk as a skunk till about midnight, and then I would have hung out in whatever casino we were in. It's about 1 or 2, still drinking, and then head back to the con. And somehow all these fucking have to get up for 8 a.m. breakfast at the Broken Egg or whatever it is.
I still haven't went to Vegas, you guys. I need to do that shit.
I just wanted to play some Texas Hold'em. That's all I wanted.
I haven't been able to go to Vegas either, sadly.
No, I want to prove everyone in real life that I'm the cutest twink playing this fucking game.
Oh my god.
I could
I already-
see
Old enough to go.
DeClorian would be just a man-eater running through Vegas. I don't think you could handle it, DeClorian.
No, I think Vegas can't handle me.
Oh, I'm sure they've seen their fair share of folks that people think can't be handled. But I will say this:
What-
I do not want any pants for Christmas. Thank you.
We don't use pants anymore.
I mean, pants is purely optional at this point.
I mean,
Like this whole year, there's some people that have gone this entire year without wearing pants.
I've been using and washing the same like 2 different pajama pants, rotating them out for like the past month.
Didn't that one business dude earlier?
Have
this
you
week
showered?
get,
Have you
fired?
showered today?
Hold on.
Yes.
Didn't that one business dude get fired from his job this week because he wasn't wearing any pants during his Zoom meeting, and he accidentally exposed what was under his boxers, like in front of his whole office or
I think
something.
that guy
like
was a reporter, actually.
Was he a reporter?
I think he was a reporter.
Like, let's talk. here. My
You could say,
work
like,
just
report
uses
this.
camera. What?
Sorry, go for it.
My work just made me use a camera now. So now I'm like, I at least have to wear a nice shirt.
Are you good?
No more tank top.
What's the point of making you use a camera for the meetings, though? Like,
To make sure that, okay, so I'm gonna confess here. My work computer is in my bedroom, right next to my bed. So anytime we had a meeting, I would just lay down in bed with the headphones on, listening. So like, I would get an extra 15 to 30-minute nap every day. Like occasionally responding, so it's like you wouldn't know. But too late, can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I've yet to get a video camera, and I'm absolutely fine with it.
They finally sent them to us. So wobbles. What do we think about the wobbles?
Wobbles.
I'm gonna say wobbles till the end of time because it's funny. Because now
Actually-
brisk.
Well,
Go ahead,
see,
Peter.
here's the thing.
Wobbles. It's wobbles.
I heard it wasn't going to be a bubble. I thought it was going to be kind of like how the leadership things go out, the command bursts. You have to be on grid for it to affect you. That's what I heard. Somebody said they're on the test server.
I mean, it still circles you.
It's
Right.
like 10 or something, right? And like
Many of those are gonna.
if you warp
What?
vectors and you have one big bubble and then you put that in the middle and light it, somebody warps in, they don't actually slow down, is what somebody said.
I think they said there's a 3-second delay
Uh,
from what I read.
I see this being used by freighter pilots quite a lot.
So if you're sitting on a gate camp per se, and you have a bubble up like an anchored one, and you have dictors, as soon as you see something starting to land near your bubble, and you just pop one of those warp disrupt ones, or not warp disrupt, the wobbles, it's gonna be a pretty gnarly little grab.
well, so freighter pilots wouldn't use it because they'd accidentally aggro stuff and just get concorded on their webinar.
Probably. Brisk
Well-
now instead of bubble to bubble traffic, it's bubble to wobble traffic.
Wobble to
That-
wobble traffic. There you go.
Well, the
They're
Concorde.
creating
the
ways
Concorde
to get
thing-
me to sound like an idiot on stream.
that-
I mean, more than I already do.
The Concorde thing is neither here or there because you can't use bubbles and HiSec. So getting Concorde involved, I mean, that's just not going to happen. But like stuff like this, I've been talking about for years, and I think the main concern is the same as it was back then. Was the server? How's the server going to react? Like we all saw how the Doomsdays reacted in the big tie-dye fight. We also saw the PDS problems. Then we also had people who couldn't turn off their smart bombs once they were activated.
Yeah, what?
Can you drag Durkin? I woke him up. I didn't have enough people, and I have a lot of people, so ha! I
Hi,
Durkin.
Duck.
Come to hang
All
out.
right, so yeah, I just wanted to know why Dawn has been pestering me all day about this.
Because didn't
Because
have
we
like
didn't have
10
like
people.
anybody to come on stream with us today.
Everyone was in a fleet, so I was like, okay, who's not in a fleet right now? This one, this one, and this one. And then you all said
Okay,
yes.
so
Here we are.
wow. So we're just
So you're
like
the last
backup
choice,
brigade,
basically.
really.
You are the best.
You're the last choice. That's what I'm hearing.
I didn't expect Clark because I already asked him earlier. But then Klexos was kind enough to join us at the beginning. Actually, so you guys know, we've been in here for like 2.5 hours, just hanging out,
What?
talking. We were
Really?
wanting to stream the fights tonight, but Pappy doesn't want to like actually have a real fight. They just want to drop like 50 carriers here, 50 carriers there. So there was nothing to show.
It's all good. They still want to do the fuzzy soft thing. It's all good. We still
Oh,
have the keep
I didn't
up.
say we
It's all
get-
the same shit.
I didn't say we
So,
got
I mean,
no
like-
fight.
No, we got some
really
fight.
good fight.
We got some
We had
fights.
a lot of
really
fights.
nice.
It was fun.
We got. Were you there for the early one, Brisk? The first one.
I think so because I was out on fleets from like I want to say 5 p.m. until 9 or so. It was a long time, like 4 hours. I got a bunch of kills.
No, you
I actually didn't. I didn't even die, which was strange.
You were on the G Magic one.
I was not. I was in the POIG one, and then that migrated to OTAC H, and then that migrated to KTAC 6.
The one in G Magic was really cool.
I heard that was pretty good.
Yeah, that
10
was
build
really
a-
good.
10
Yeah.
build a 36 build. Yeah.
They dropped dreads and carriers, and we were just like, with our Serbs, fuck you, and start shooting them. It was really nice. That was a fun one. It was like old style SV gonna fuck you up.
The one I'm referring to is we had in WTech K, no, PUIG. And it was our fleet and Init fleet versus, I think, 2 to 3 of their fleet before they and some carriers at some point. And this was before they dropped everything, so it was a little bit closer numbers, but they were still outnumbering us. We lost 1 unit out of the entire fleet. 1.
So you were giving them reps, Don. You weren't sleeping this time. Good job.
We were repping the Init fleet and saving the Init members. Like, I was like, guys, rep was this start.
I mean, if you saved like trash cans held together by duct tape and hope, that doesn't make them not trash cans. Like, it's still Minmatar. Which is probably why they showed Minmatar.
Shut up.
No, absolutely not. That's probably why they didn't show Minmatar any love in this new patch.
Well, the Saber, from what I understand, I like the Sabers, but from what I understand, Sabers are broken comparatively to everybody else. Is that correct? Am I right?
They didn't show Minmatar any love in this patch because the whole point of the patch was to bring the other races up to par with Minmatar that was already the best. That was the whole point.
Oh, terrible.
Do any of you know much about like why the Saber is so much better?
Because it's faster.
It's faster, and the actual damage that you can get from a Saber is pretty decent while still maintaining a fairly solid tank, and that speed. And the cloak as well, which obviously, you know, our SRP requirements are basically Dicta Bubble Launcher and a cloak, you know. It's just generally a very all-round capable ship compared to a couple of the others. The Flycatcher is pretty decent, but then you start to look at, you know, the Heretic, and that's okay if that's what you can fly. And then you have the Ares, which is just laughable.
It's cute.
Nobody uses an Ares.
No one uses an Ares. It's very true.
I was expecting the patch notes to say they just deleted the Ares out of the game.
Also, OmniShift has a very good point as well there. Like, those T2 Minmatar resists.
And no cap on the guns, I guess.
I'm gonna say something.
I will say that Minmatar guns are pretty nice whenever, you know, no cap usage at all.
Blah, blah, from my understanding.
Still haven't read any patch note, I know.
It's okay. I literally skimmed it. It was like, oh, they're putting a web in there, like a burst protector. Kind of like the Vendetta has. And the Hellhead is a bug for a really long time until they patched it out, what, like 3 months ago? 4 months ago? Something like that. So, I think we're going to keep fighting. I wish we knew how to do polls. Do you know how to do polls?
Oh,
Okay,
straw poll?
www.strawpoll.me.
Well, okay, we could do that. But I
Trying
was
to do it
like,
on the
Twitch has its own poll system. It'd be funny to see what the peanut gallery here wants to decide.
At the end of the day, someone knows how to do
Mifune
it.
can put it
Yeah,
up on
I
the
believe
screen.
I can do it, possibly. Hold up. I gotta look at the fucking INN commands because I'm retarded and like can't
I
study all
follow
that.
Hammer.
Just as long as you appreciate your limitations, Mifune.
Look,
And while Funu's working on that, let me just tell you, I applaud you, Dirk and Brisk, for putting and Big Bill Boss for putting up with the 4 hours of incessant bullshit Tuesday.
Honestly, you know what? That was fun, and then Lol Mecha turned up, and everything
That's the
just
Oh,
thing.
went
I haven't
to
even
shit.
gotten that part.
This-
I
this
watched
is
3
the
hours.
thing.
Wait a
Like,
minute. I thought he
Dirk
quit the
and
game.
Dirk and I can well, yes, but that doesn't mean he doesn't still watch and decide he needs to come in and talk about things that he's not playing.
Apparently, I heard a rumor earlier, in fact, that he's joined PanFam and injected himself a Titanol.
who?
I'm not
Oh,
sure
is
if that's true,
is it-
but I heard that rumor.
is it wife of Olmeca now? Or I mean,
It'd be Mrs. Olmeca Gold or Mrs.
Ah.
Olmeca Look at Me Gold because he can't go 5 minutes without attention.
What's
Worse
that
for me.
stream? I don't know what stream we are talking about.
Trash Talk Tuesday had a special edition episode, and by episode I mean just a long-winded amount of Pappy circle jerking in a
Utter
corner
bullshit.
while
Yes.
talking
but,
about
you know.
nothing they know anything about. Billy acts like he knows everything, and the rest of them know nothing.
To be fair, that's why you go on Trash Talk Tuesday.
I know,
You go
it's-
there
it's
to
just
talk
fun.
utter shit without having to say anything of any value.
And then
But Brisk was gonna say something about that.
Loving it already.
No, I noped out after like the first time Omeka started talking because I had like here's the thing. You guys see I'm on all these shows, I talk to everybody, I talk to people in local, I get crapped on a lot, but my response I like to be nice. I like to be nice to people. I like to respond nicely. And when I'm about ready to tell somebody I hate them and to shut up, that's when I have to take a step back.
So-
Now, granted, I would never tell Omeka I hate him because I don't hate him. I just find him the most exasperating human being on the planet, but I don't hate him.
So I'm just going to say this as a moderator for INN, not as the person streaming this stream, but just as a moderator from INN. This has already been put in the chat once that spamming the same bullshit over and over again is a bannable offense, and we will ban you from the chat. So I get
Alright,
it.
so-
You guys are happy.
so-
You're
so
I got
speaking, but
quiet.
yes.
I got quiet on the show on Tuesday because you can't get like. I mean, listen. You're trying to get a word in edgewise between Villy and Omeka. I mean, that's like trying to get a word in edgewise on Dirk McGurk. You're not going to do it. It's just you might as well just
I
stop.
don't know how.
So I just decided to be quiet, and then at that point I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm out of here. So there you go. That's what happened.
The moment we started talking about goon Reddit mods was the moment I just went, you know what, this stream is just dead now.
I mean that's the thing. Like the guy, you know, Omeka is a smart dude. He knows his stuff. He understands Eve. He's got a pretty high level knowledge, and I give him credit for that. But he absolutely cannot ever let go of this hate boner grudge that he's got, and it seeps into everything. It's like anybody he saves a picture of anyone who has ever said anything nasty to him in chat. I feel like he pulls it up every day and looks over it to fuel his hatred. I don't know how anybody can live like that. I don't get it.
We've talked about it on here before. I don't really like giving him too much attention because it's like it's like clapping for like a fairy. It just gives him more power. So I don't usually want to talk about him.
Well, I
too
mean,
much.
come on. I mean, some people need it to get their blood pressure up, right? Like
Yeah.
I go on a run in the morning, which is better than coffee. It's great, especially since, you know, I still get that runner's high. If any of you have had a runner's high, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, better than coffee has ever been. And I fucking love coffee. Maybe he just needs his blood pressure raised a little bit so he can, you know, focus.
No,
Maybe he
he's-
needs his blood pressure lowering a little bit,
He just-
so he can
he's
just
just-
chill out a bit.
He's got this obsession and this self-victim complex. Like, why are they so mean to me? They say such horrible things while I steal all their drones in a way that can't be
this?
countered
Let's-
and advocate to
Let's
ruin
change-
everything about the game
Let's
they like.
change gears.
And
Let's change gears. When he was doing what he did, he was pretty damn efficient about it, you know. But
Not-
you know, things have changed.
don't give him any
Things have
credit, Andrew.
changed.
He was not
Well,
good at it.
that's just it.
Goons are just bad.
What I'm gonna give him credit for is kind of killing his own gameplay. The Matani even called him out on it. He's like, "You've petitioned for all of these crazy changes, especially to supers, nerfing the hit points, nerfing the resistances across the board. Guess what? He got his wish, and now his gameplay is completely invalid."
And then he quit. Always good.
I just
So,
want
I
to
mean-
say,
He asked
thank
and he
you.
received.
Thank you to Omega Gold for teaching Theta how to save those who needed to be saved, and teaching us that there are idiot crabs that are hyperspatial fit and getting them out of our space. Thank you for improving the Imperium one step at a time.
Yeah, that's all he's good for.
To be honest, I don't give
Yeah,
a
I mean,
shit.
you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun the other guy. So
I don't give a single shit. Like that's the thing. Like I don't care. People say bad shit all the time. People get obnoxious with each other all the time. I just go in local and write always the same random shit. Brisk already assisted one of those. I read exactly the same shit. I have a macro to write that. I don't give a shit. People can shit talk all they want. If the guy shit talking for goons for a long time, let him shit talk. I don't give a shit. Also,
so with these new wobbles, okay, or wobbles, I like to say.
Wobbles.
Yeah.
Wobbles.
So another idea, like I've been talking about this one for years. I'm actually really glad that they're introducing it to the game because I think that it is going to bring some gameplay out that we've never seen before. The tactics that are going to come into play with this could be freaking amazing. Like on both sides of the fence, whether you're the one putting down the bubbles or you're the one the victim of the bubbles. I think it's going to be awesome. Now, another idea that I had at the same time is bringing back another item that has been kind of nerfed in the game. I want to see heavy interdictors, okay, be able to use mines, like proximity mines.
No.
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
No. Like, mines were horrendous when they were around, from what I understand. You know, that just the entire idea of gameplay with mines. No.
Well, I mean, not able to like spam them the way that you do bubbles, right? But only have like a max number, maybe like 3, and then if you leave the grid, they become inert and they just fizzle out or whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool. Have like a really
how long
small
do they last?
radius.
You're nuts.
That's a
Well,
good question.
yes,
for
that's
you.
a good
If they go
argument.
inert
I am
after you
kinda
leave the
nuts.
grid, how long do they last? Like, if you come
Maybe-
back in 3 days to the same grid, do they react?
No. Like, no, they immediately go inert and they fizzle out, and it's like an ammo. Once it's out there, that's it. It's done. But only have them active for maybe even 5 minutes at a time. Not even 10, but like 5 minutes. Really small explosive radius. But I think that would be kind of a cool gameplay, because each Hictor could only put so many out on the field.
One
Now,
thing
if,
that
we're
I-
if we're dropping mines, it has to come from the vulture.
I mean,
Why
just to
the
go from
vulture?
mines-
Wait, why the vulture?
That what it was in StarCraft.
Okay.
So one thing that I've seen with the response to the level is that this only promotes the micro warp drive doctrine even more. Because if you're in an afterburning ship, such as afterburning zealots or something like that, you ain't going anywhere.
What? It's only
You get
30%,
bubbled, you
right?
bubble. Yeah,
That's-
but
that's
if you
just-
win, like
It's like
That's
half
just a
web.
fact of life with afterburning doctrines. Like, unfortunately,
But now
brawling
it's worse.
doctrines, that they're just they haven't been properly viable for years now, and CCP kind of seemed to get that at one point because they made a change to short range weapons and high damage short range ammo, and then they just kind of went, yeah, okay, so that's done now.
I absolutely love using afterburning ships. Like, I'm all for it. Like, 'cause I'm an armor person, so afterburners work better with it. And the fact that we can't really have a doctrine with afterburners that can contest with the high velocity Munins or Eagles is kind of annoying. Even with Ishtars, we still most people use micro warp drives with Ishtars.
What about the interceptors in that patch? They're gonna get bonuses to afterburners, right?
I didn't
100%?
read that part. Who
So
knows more about
speaking of interceptors, I've been trying to find this video since we started streaming, and I can't figure out where I saw it. But somebody linked me a video somewhere where it was a guy on the test server that got his malediction to go like 30,000 meters a second, like by abusing the map in the
that
patch.
requires an. I'm pretty sure that requires an oversized prop.
Yes, it's an oversized prop that's also overheated, and then he's boosted. But like,
Yeah, it's one of the digital booster props, right?
yeah,
if I remember rightly.
Yeah, somewhere around
Yeah.
there. I just thought it was hella interesting that he could get that freaking fast. And then apparently I heard today that somebody in ASCII, I think it was, on the test server got to like 50,000, and I'm like, whoa, that's a bit too fast there, bud.
Well, it's not really, because you can't do anything with it. It's not as if you're going to be running around at 40,000 kilometers a second and still shooting things. You're just going to be, like, running around. It's how you make a deep safe. It's not as if it's a combat-capable fit. I
don't know about that, because I've used an interceptor to just position myself, and then the fleet did the rest. Now, I'll leave it at that, but, I mean, being able to position yourself on the battlefield faster than the enemy can move, especially if you're getting in front of a fleet, that's pretty damn useful.
47,000 kilometers.
That's a fair point.
The fuck are you doing in that?
Apparently, a 50,000 kilometer per second, a 50 kilometer per second interceptor makes jump drives obsolete, according to Kelazam in Twitch chat.
Well, I mean, they can get on your MJD ship before you can even land.
See, that's another thing that I've really wanted in the game. We have the first person view, right? Which is kind of cool for interceptors and small things like that. But I really wanted to like capitalize on the use of it. Like have a ship that you can only see in first person view, but you have to hold down a button to rev up the engine, and it becomes basically an FTL drive. And so as you rev up, you have to manually steer this thing around the grid. You can't warp.
What game are you playing?
That sounds like
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I've got a few ideas.
This is like squadrons right now.
I think exactly. I think it'd be a badass addition to the game if CCP is looking to inject like new ideas to the game. They're gonna start having to think outside the box, because I mean it's right. Like how many years has Eve been around? And it's an amazing game. It's very beautiful. But I think where the devs are talking about, hey, we need more content, we need new things, we need new blood in the game, I actually agree with that. However, I don't think it should be at the expense of the older players.
Let's talk about that new content at the expense of older players, shall we? Triglavian Spaces. Anyone been in there?
Don, just before we do, I do want to introduce just a little bit of tinfoil on the topic of wobbles, wombles, sorry, before we move on. I've just thrown that an image in Discord, and I'm going to throw it in Twitch chat as well for people who are watching there. This is a screenshot of Hobo Leaks, and specifically the CC build. It's basically data mining. So you've got one of those for wombles, obviously. But what do we think these other bubble burst charges could be?
Scram. One of them is going to be Scram. Group Scram.
One takes out your virginity.
I think the purple one is going to be an orgasm bubble. Anybody caught in it is going to have a really good time.
I'm seeing that.
Maybe it's like limited, like the Titan Phenoms. Maybe it's gonna be a bubble that can do the Phenoms.
Oh, you think like? Well, I mean, we already have boosts and shit.
I reckon one of those is going to be a cap neutralization.
Target penetrating bubble, neutralizing bubble.
No, Antosis is already cancer. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, I reckon CCP for these charges, they're actually taking kind of notes from the supercarrier burst projectors.
Yeah, I'm assuming the same.
Which kind of like were fun for a while, and then people kind of seem to stop using them.
Like the anchorable structures, right? What's the one that's supposed to be basically an anchored MWD or not MWD, a micro jump drive? Like that one right there. Whoever uses that one, I think that'd be pretty cool. Nobody uses it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I would go for that projector from the supers. Probably that's what they're going for.
I could see one of these being for thinking of deployable, a scan inhib one, where you can't probe them down.
Right,
That'd be weird, but I could see it.
But everybody
that'd be
can
really
see
weird.
you.
Yeah, that's really weird as like a charge, because obviously we've got the deployable structure that's kind of like an MTU, but not that does the same thing. So I don't see why they'd try and do that.
Yeah, but people on grid probe all the time.
It's got some use on a grid for sure. I wonder whether or not that's really useful enough to choose that particular charge over, say, a scram or a newt or a web.
Right. I mean, if they change that deployable, to not be able to scan things, if they change that deployable to show up as like an anomaly that you had to scan down in order to find it, and you could only really actually scan down the structure itself, that'd be one thing. Like, people would probably actually use that because it would take a little while to get to it. And then the other one, right? And the other one, the structure to help you MJD around, if they allowed capitals, like actual like big capitals, to use it, I think it would actually be used more, because I've never actually seen it deployed.
I believe freighters can use it. I don't know about
Orcus can too.
Combat carrier capitals.
Or Orcus my capital.
It's this weird in between thing.
Yeah, that. But at the same time, being able to micro jump your capitals around could be an interesting tactic.
I've been calling for capital MJDs forever.
If they did it, I would.
You know what I want, Briss?
It was in a damn
when it comes
book.
to capital mods. I want to be able to fit capital mods to my battleships.
I'll be happy with a capital
50,000 micro warp drive, like NAPOC or whatever.
Oh please, capital MJDs! My dreads are going to be so. My dreads are going to be so fucking amazing. Oh god.
I think this is a concept that I heard in Theta earlier at some point, that someone was saying that that for capital ships, especially with Titans with the jump drive, we shouldn't need to light Sinos in certain places. Like maybe have a smaller jump radius of like 2-3 light years, where capitals can just jump on their own into a particular system. Like they could pick a citadel or something that they could jump to.
I see Sinos for moving systems, absolutely, but that argument could very easily kind of, you have a minimum range and a maximum range, so at minimum you have to jump like 5 AU in the system, but you could kind of like, if you had probes or whatever, you could probe something down and then kind of in-system jump to it rather than warping.
I was gonna say, instead of waiting 10 years to warp.
I've been asking for that forever, an in-system jump drive, like something to put on the Kronos or the Paladin or whatever, like be able to jump instantly from one point to the other inside of space to a known point. That'd be freaking awesome. Not actually have to have a Sino to jump to.
I was thinking more like a module or a slot that would take up on a citadel that you shove on there, and then those citadels could just be used as jump points for like Titans and whatnot.
Now you have a Death Star. That's bad.
Now,
Rather than
one thing I do want to point out, before we go back to the Triglavian stuff / weird theory crafting we're doing. I think there's 4 iHubs in Esoteria that's been reinforced. What's up, Tess?
That's the thing. No, that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. Like, they lose a few things that they care less about, and we lose a few things that we care less about. It's just, what are we doing? Not even measuring dicks at this point. This is just fucking retarded. Let them be. Let them have the fucking victory of fucking systems that they should own like 4 months ago. It's all good.
Okay.
Wildstar, I'm here. I'm with you, brother. I really think that Rorquals should have had the ability to bridge industrial ships a long time ago, and I think it's kind of crap that they're not able to do that, especially now that they've been nerfed to the freaking ground with all of the anomaly nerfs. I mean, really.
What about Rorquals not being able to take the Indy Sina? That to me is retarded.
That's absolute bullshit.
You bring that up in the meeting next that they need to fix that. It's an industrial ship. It should be able to jump to Indy Sina. It's a formal request from Theta.
I'm just wondering, Brisk. Where's my Angel Titan, buddy?
Look, I ask that question every freaking at least every summit, and I get the same answer every time.
Which is the angel one? It's the pancake one?
Oh, that's the crab-looking thing they had.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks beautiful. If you haven't seen the images,
hyperspatial Angel Titan.
Did they scrap that plan, or is it just really badly delayed?
Tell me a ship from Angel. Just tell me a ship from Angel.
The plan was to add them an angel. So they were trying to do a SOTO for capitals, I think, for pretty much every pirate faction. And then they realized that everybody hates the Blood Raider, and it's stupid, and no one wants to do it. And because they it, and it's still stupid, and no one wants to do it.
I was just asking for you to tell me a ship that's from Angel.
The Macario.
Okay, thank you.
Cinnabelle.
Thank you. Okay. I know what they are. I'm just way too sleepy, guys. I woke up way too early today.
I don't know, like if Angel's got like an epic arc or something where you could gradually increase, what type of ship type that you use on your missions per mission, I think that would be badass with the payout at the end, if you manage to get to the end, being the Faction Titan blueprint copy. That would be kick-ass, instead of having to utilize an entire alliance in order to assault a Sotoyo that just sends endless amounts of capitals at you. I think
and then
that
one person gets to have it.
Exactly. I
the
think that's...
Everybody sees none of the profits at all.
Yeah, it's broken as hell.
But guys, you seen the size of a Macarial? You're going to do a Titan on that? It's going to be the size of a fucking Keepstar.
Yeah, the thing was supposed to be this giant crab. It looked like an angel symbol on the side.
They already did that to us with the Aeon. What's the issue with the Titan?
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm just going to love it to fucking do smart bombs using Titans.
No, I agree with what's within chat. Where's my Sisters of Eve capital ship?
That's just going to be a huge stick.
That would be sexy.
Sisters of Eve would literally just be a ring. That's it, from Halo. And all it does is AoE logic. And I would be so excited.
It needs to be a huge stick in the middle.
No, it needs to be a huge circle. I agree. It needs to be a gigantic, freaking ring from Halo, or like a Stargate from Stargate, or even that huge freaking circle thing from The Expanse.
It
just needs to be a giant
If they were
circle.
going to do a ring world from Halo, it would have to be an Ore Titan.
It doesn't have to be anything that large. But what it does have to have is 2 contra-rotating gravity rings. And just a huge ship with 2 massive gravity rings. It's basically a mobile space station.
Every time I watch this show and I think you guys can't be any bigger fucking nerds than you are, then you do it. I'm just saying.
Well, like you
Well,
said,
let's say-
First time I've
create
ever
a
been here.
conflict.
I
Yeah, we
think
kind
past
of
2
just
minutes-
nerded all over the place just now. So
Sorry, I'm not a nerd. I just passed the fucking last 2 minutes saying that it's going to look like a big stick.
I can see that.
There could be a stick in there. But I would love a DD that was like an AoE heal for us Logi bros who just want to use everybody else as our gun.
That would actually be really bad.
Yeah, I know it'd be terrible to see it.
No one wants to use that shit.
It's like, oh, this one guy is getting primaried. AoE heal everyone, let's go.
Or like super
have to,
resist.
You'd have to have it pulse out like a boson or something.
Here, bring it over here. Let me heal Boson the
Just-
entire fight right in front of me.
Just as long as it works in tie-dye, right, Dawn?
Yeah.
at that point, I would
Never
call it
tried
a
tie-dye.
healing spooge. That's what I would call it, personally.
Imagine if it
Oh,
didn't
wow.
turn off in tie-dye and it just kept going. You could just sit your
Oh
face
my
there.
god.
It'd be great. Like, sometimes we just like to, go down the bunny trail of like stuff. Okay, Triglavian stuff. Every week we ignored it because I do absolutely nothing with it. Now we have a new system, a new region that's finalized. Like, here it is. Has anybody been in it?
It's not finalized. Come the fuck on.
What else
lot
is there gonna do?
People are doing things there. It's not for you. It's not for me. It's not for a lot of people, but it's for someone else. Someone is doing stuff in there, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Shadow Hotel is
It's
staging
really-
inside of it.
They kind of half killed wormholes and never given them back instead. That's kind of how I see it.
Collateral damage.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
The Triglavian system.
Don't get me wrong. I don't care what happens to wormholes, but still.
Wait, Maniac, here, let's play Ark. Fuck these nerds.
Yeah. You
But
wanna
yeah.
play Ark? Go play.
You can pay for art.
Of course.
Okay, I can see.
But no,
Killing
seriously,
fucking
like,
dinosaurs all day.
it's either unfinished or it was horrendously designed. Because, right, first up, to get in there, you either had to be there before they took it into Triglavian space, or you have to pick up some sort of filament. Now, I'm not entirely 100% sure if you can only get the filament in this new region, or if you can get it in normal, Empire space at some point. But you have to filament in there, and you have to filament back out. But to be able to dock up once you get in there to buy, or you have to kill yourself. But to be able to buy the filament to jump back out once you're in there, you have to be able to dock at one of the new Triglavian stations. And you have to have Triglavian standings to be able to dock at the Triglavian stations. And you have to have Triglavian standings to jump through the Triglavian gates. And just generally, right, you have to be very friendly to the Triglavians. So, effectively, if you were very friendly to the Triglavians, then you're doing really well right now, right? You're sitting pretty. But if you were helping the Edencom guys, if you were in any way fighting against the Triglavians, not only did you lose your defense when it comes to the RP side of things, you lost space in K-space, but now you can't even kind of counter-invade properly because you can only delve into Triglavian space in like up to 15 groups of up to 15 or something. And even once you're in there, unless you've kind of like submarined your Tech 3 cruiser or whatever that you've taken in there with, hull rep mods and armor rep mods and plenty of ammo to last forever, you're basically like in there going, okay, at some point I'm gonna have to just stop shooting things here because I'm gonna run out of ammo or I'm gonna die. Where's the counterplay for anybody who doesn't want to be on the trig side here?
Well, my biggest thing is like, I wonder, just a general poll from the room, do we regret pushing the AR just so hard since it's
No.
gone for Ever now?
Nope.
No.
Not in a million years. I loved that we did it.
I really, really wanted to get over to other places in high sec much faster.
I'm pretty sure
That's
matter.
that's a you problem.
You
we
guys
changed
are
the
gonna
way-
do this
we-
anyway, regardless of what
We
we did.
changed.
I mean,
I'm
the
terribly
system was
sorry. Terribly sorry, but we changed the way ISAC was being played, and we changed the way the game developed for the next years. You want better than that? You want better game content creation than that? Like, it was a pain in the ass to do it. I'll tell you personally, since I fucking FC'd and helped doing that for a shit ton of time.
It's like
I-
16 hours for you or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, and I was already doing op of 10 hours even before that one started. And when my finished, I started Niaja and pulled Niaja off with a lot of friends. And it's not only me. You have a whole INN report if you want to read about that, about how that was pulled off. And I don't regret anything about it. It was fucking amazing, and we created we changed the way the game was being developed at the moment. And we change it for the next few years at least.
That's pretty obvious. Which, I mean, good on you guys for putting in all that time. But all the people that were sitting sitting pretty in high sec, now they're gonna realize soon that with all of the ore changes, with all of the new triglavian systems, with all of the incursions that are popping up there as well, and now the eating comm systems, yeah, you've got some bonuses in some systems, but on the other hand, all of these, the big donut around Empire is now going to start moving in, because now all of the resources that they need are in Empire. So if you thought that Hulkageddon was bad, think again. Once all of these things set in because of the lack of resources, the lack of ability to just, make capital ships, all of these enclosed ecosystems that arise, they're now going to start integrating into Empire. Watch for controlled space come into a system near you.
Yep. But I'm not against that. Like I said, to me the point was to change the way the game was played. I didn't want the game to stay the same. Like, I've seen that route for many years. We have the opportunity to change it. Let's go for it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the game did need a change, but all these people, kind of like the person we were talking about earlier that Dawn doesn't want to give too much attention to, they asked for something, and now they received it. Well, now it's time to see if they actually like the changes they asked for.
Yeah, it's all good. Like I said, I'm not even measuring if it was good or bad for myself. I just did it because it was fun, it was something new, and we were generating content.
You're the chaotic player that thinks of nothing.
So
No,
one of the-
it's not. I'm having fun, it's a fucking game. I can do something new that I haven't never done. Let's fucking go for it.
So I want to shift gears to the skirmishes that happened today with the war.
Kick some ass.
We kicked some ass today. We lost some ass today. It was a nice, even exchange on both sides, I think. But one of the things that I just wanted to, I guess, comment on is I was just linked by a buddy of mine a couple kill mails of some Horde carriers that we murdered during the fight today, and I'm looking at these fits, and I'm like, the one thing sticks out to me is that they, out of all of their high slots, they literally have 3 capital energy neutralizers and then a singular fighter support unit.
That's because their whole point is to be hard tackle. Like, get in there, suck them dry, and move on.
I don't know if that just
Yeah, that's
confused
not
me,
particularly
considering
crazy.
What?
I'm not sure if that confuses me just because it didn't make sense to me that they were 400 off of any of our fleets. I personally didn't understand it.
They might have just been there just as a in case they got counter drop. As I'm not gonna hold back. Anyway,
To anybody else, does any of this kind of seem like less of delivery and more like DiGiorno? Like it's like we don't have to go anywhere to get content anymore. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've been saying lastly. Like, to me, I couldn't give more of a shit if they are coming into Delve or no. To me, it's content. If people are screaming in local, like, I never look at local. I'm sorry, guys. So if you scream at me, please start a convo or something. Because I don't look at local. I have my local hidden to myself even because I have other chats open.
But you
Yeah.
asked for it now. Glorian, you've asked for it now.
Yeah, people will start conversations with me. It's all good. It's all blocked.
So, for those asking what this music is, this is actually a.
We have music playing.
Yeah, in the background of the stream. So basically, I'm just trying out this new program. It's designed for Twitch. It's royalty-free music, and I just kind of put on the laid-back, chill playlist that they have, and left it on shuffle.
Yeah, someone like as soon as someone mentioned it, I unmuted the stream so I could hear what was coming through, and yeah,
I still haven't
Yeah,
played
it's just kind of
annoying.
it's kind of like a laid back acoustic playlist. I'm not sure if I'll
Yeah,
use it again.
I'm sure it's fine when you're like playing a game and no one cares, but like
Yeah.
when we're all here speaking and there's music going on, it's...
Okay, I
You
just
need to do-
unmuted the stream while you guys were talking. That was terrible. Oh
Hey,
my
you
god.
might not want to have this music.
Look, yeah,
Guys, we had the best
it was an
production value
experiment.
in the game here.
It's an experiment. Calm.
No,
down.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the music. That's probably great, but all I could hear is two separate layers of people talking over each other. Oh, that was cancer.
That happens sometimes.
So we should
Yeah.
stream
Funny.
playing
We need
Phantomphobia.
I need to record
Well,
a new background.
yeah, we do. We need to get another gate camp rolling. So in fact, the fun thing is that in the INN team, we have a secondary channel called FatBTV, and that is for anything that we do that is unrelated to EVE Online content. So you can always give that channel a follow, as well as checking out the FatB Gaming stream group to see all of the personal Twitch channels of the INN team, and when we are streaming on our own time for our own purposes. So you can always check that out if you ever want to see INN streamers do something that's not EVE related.
Right,
So,
right.
if you want to pass music, do it like I do in my fleets. I put it in speakers like really fucking high, and I put like some Korean, like Blackpink or something, like really high with chicks singing. It's fucking amazing. How I
So
keep
you
my
guys-
fleets entertained.
The fact
You
that the
guys missed
Korean-
out. Like a while back, we had an FC that would actually take his guitar out and serenade us on fleets.
Is
It was
the
awesome.
The Romanian guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
I
actually a
have-
really good singer.
I have a recording of him. I think it was we were in a bomber fleet and we were killing a super, and he goes, "Guys, if
Yeah.
we kill the super, I'll sing Despacito." And then we killed the super, and we all just cloaked up on the grid. We're all sitting like 400 kilometers off of the fraternity like super response fleet, and we're all just sitting there on grid, and he's singing there with his guitar singing Despacito. It was hilarious.
Okay,
That's
I may
awesome.
tell you that I managed to get a co-ward some time ago, like 6 months, no more, even more, to yodel in my fleet. To do
Was
a
it Ghost
proper
Attack?
yodel. No, it
You-
wasn't. Because it's
You're,
the co-ward at the time.
I'm
It,
sure
wa-
it was
it wasn't
John.
even Opt at the time. No, it wasn't John.
John's
as
so
fun
mean
as
to
that
me.
is,
What, sorry?
r-
This was last year. It was 1 year ago, probably. Yeah, it was already 1 year ago.
Good times, man. Good times.
So I don't want to keep everybody too late tonight, but I know we're having fun, so it's fine. We can go as long as we want. But I want to know because
I want to go to bed, Dawn.
I was gonna say I know some of you probably want to go to bed, so let's do this now. Predictions for the coming week. Our predictions last week were like we're gonna kill the Keepstar the next day, which we did, Bunny, like I told you we would. What do we think's gonna happen this coming weekend? This coming week? Obviously, Test and friends have decided that And Toast is saying forever is the high quality gameplay they want to involve themselves in.
So
What do you guys
my
think is going to happen?
prediction is that they're still not going to attack one of our keep stars.
I
Oh, that I
think
can tell you for sure. Yeah, they're probably not going to attack any of our keep stars.
they've already said so many times that they absolutely refuse to fight on our keep stars, which I still don't understand how they're gonna annihilate goons.
That's. I just want to point out, like, Villy outright said on Trash Talk Tuesday. On Trash Talk Tuesday, I said, you know what? Look, if they don't come for the keep stars, we're not leaving Delve.
Wait,
To
wait.
which
Villy-
to
Villy
which
just
Villy's
said-
response
Villy, the
was,
49
"We are
UK
absolutely
starters
killing
account.
the keep stars."
What's that? I cannot understand you. Repeat that.
Villy is saying they're going to attack one within the week, which is the 49U Keepstar, I'm pretty sure, because that just got to stop 3 with a jammer, from my understanding. I could be wrong, but I think that's what he's talking about. That
Why
doesn't
wouldn't they
count.
attack SVM or KTAC 6 since they just killed the
Because
IHUBs?
they got to get a jammer up first. They don't want to fight, like, on a fair... Brisk, you think they're going to, like, let us jump in Supers and Titans? We have a bigger super fleet than they do, even with the numbers they have. They're not going to let us. They've already said they're
But
not.
those aren't
They're
in
just going to
Delve.
wait a month.
We're not even going to care if it's 49. Who gives a shit if it's 49?
It's always the same shit. They are
Villy
killing.
doesn't-
They are killing fucking shits where I'm gonna drop a keep star in fucking G. Let's see they're gonna fucking go for that one also.
You know, we should just drop a Keepstar in DTech and see what happens. Just move
No,
them
it's all-
over there. It'll be fun.
Wouldn't it
It's
be-
too bad you can't drop a keep star next to another keep star and just let the two structures just duke it out. Because at this point, I mean that makes about as much sense as them saying we're not going to attack you on any of your structures. That's batshit crazy.
'Cause they don't care about actual fun for their people. They just want to kill the Goonies because they have this giant hate boner.
It's all good. Let them be. Like I said, I couldn't give a single shit. It's a game. They're having fun. They say so. I believe them. If they are having fun, they're having fun. We are having fun. This is all fun. No
I mean,
hatred.
when I first joined Goonswarm, one of the very first things that was said to me was "Welcome to the most hated alliance in the game," and I think like a lot of us knew what we were getting into joining Goonswarm in terms of like people fucking hate us. So what? They're gonna come for us, whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. And we take it like men's. We stay. We hold our grounds. We do our thing. We have our fun. We will see. We will win the war, and it's all good. And
Okay,
then
okay.
Test is next,
Billy,
and it's all fucked up. but
Billy,
it's
since I see
all
you
good.
in chat, I wasn't talking about fighting fair. Obviously,
I would.
if you're an FC, you're going to try to get whatever advantage you can. I completely see your point. I don't see the point in saying that you're not going to fight on any of the structures, since that's how you destroy the structure.
He's-
That's how you
he's
get people
saying
to move
now-
out of the space.
He's saying now that he's going to fight in one of the structures. In 1 week, we are attacking Keepstar within a week, so we will attack a Keepstar. So
It's gonna
good.
be some edge case keep star.
It's
Oh,
literally-
going to be 49,
It's
49
literally
tech.
49 tech.
It's so good.
This is not a secret.
Let them attack that
Like,
one.
it's not a secret. Anyways, prediction. So, Billy's predicting that they're going to shoot a Keepstar. Okay, thank you, Billy, for your input. Anybody else this week? Anything we're going to get crazy from CCP, or you think they're going to wait till after the Wobble thing comes out next week?
Oh, I need to read that shit.
I hope they do it after the wobble patch, because I really want to see how this works. I want to see, like, if they can get that right, that gives me hope that they can fix the whole doomsdaying during deep tie-dye thing, because I really think like both sides put so much effort into that fight, and that was like the biggest play I've ever seen, I've ever like personally witnessed. I felt like everybody on our side and on their side was kind of robbed of content because of the server, and I think that's crap. So I realize that CCP is working on it. I give them credit for that. Again, they have a beautiful game, but these bugs need to be addressed so badly.
Unfortunately, some of the bugs that come up, the boson issues, the fact that the bubbles did cause a lot of people to crash, not everybody. Like, I made it onto grid, but it was really hard to see like what bubble was going to stop you because some bubbles just didn't render like their graphics at all to know like their ranges. Some of that shit you're just not going to know until we do it. So, I'm going to give like CCP a little bit of a break because there are just edge cases that we are pushing, and it's actually fun to say we're pushing the game in places that hasn't happened either in a long time or ever. And it's causing them to be like, oh, that's not working the way it's supposed to. I think Init found this with the wormhole generators, that they didn't work at like the 4s and 5s in the soft systems.
Well, that was because Init crammed wormhole generators into like literally every system in that region that they held, and
Yeah, but like, how would you know that?
there just aren't enough
Right.
wormholes to. Yeah, there aren't enough wormholes to satisfy that level of demand.
Oh, that's, as I said, that's something that you just kind of have to learn as you go. Has anybody tried a real boson track? Billy thinks he has, but clearly it's not been 10% tie-dye against an entire super fleet. It's been against dreadnoughts off of a Fortizar, and I watched that fight, and it was 3 Titans that dropped on it, not 20. So you really can't, it's not apples to oranges, Mr. Billy. Because I remember watching that like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, and reading
Mr.
reading
Billy,
the
like,
article, they
fucking
didn't even
his
get
mom,
the number that they were going for. They were going for, what was it, 29 or 25 Titans? So they even had that much more to go, and the fact that they didn't even get to that number, and the server couldn't keep up with it, that only 10% of the entire damage was applied. It just kind of robbed everybody of something epic that could have happened.
You had a really condescending tone. It looked like you were his fucking mom or something.
I know.
Not the same, Mr. Billy.
I mean, I am the Theta mom,
Funny.
a lot of people like to say, so I'm sorry, I get that tone by practice. Trying to keep idiots from killing themselves constantly.
And you're the first one to die.
And then I die trying to keep the idiots from killing themselves. I know.
Well, I don't know. There was that one time that you brought your super pod on a fleet. You were the tankiest Logi on the field, and I think I did that.
Guardian.
Yeah, I think I did that like a couple weeks later without even thinking about it.
Tankiest Guardian in the fleet fighting
That's-
a French Connection Fortizar out in the tribute area.
That's the new strategy, boys. Everyone super pods into fucking Guardians.
So-
Let's
Let me
go.
tell you,
It works. It
they would
freaking
not
works.
expect it.
So I think it was 2 weeks ago or so, I took an interceptor fleet out to deal with some hackers in period basis, and one of my fleet member goes, FC, I have to go back to 1DQ, and I'm like, why, pal? What's up? And he goes, I'm in my Titan pod, and I'm like, you're joking, right? Like, we're all the way by TCAG, and I'm like, you're yanking my chain, right? And the dude literally sends a screenshot in fleet chat of him literally in his Titan pod, and I'm like, oh god, please go back to 1DQ and reship.
It's fine. We have clone bays everywhere. You know how many times I've like flown out the wrong pod? I'm like, I'll just swap you.
So you left your Titan pod in period basis before, is what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, and then when you need to come back, you just grab the pod again. When you go back home, it's all good. No one notices. You don't need to say shit to anyone.
So
You
Yeah,
could
I've-
arguably say Goons robbed Eve of a lot of content by disbanding Bob back in the day. That's that's certainly a
never-
bold statement.
I did not play when that happened, but considering Bob was in bed with certain CCP devs from the stories that have been told, it deserved to die.
I wasn't around.
No,
And
but
then-
it wasn't.
But it has.
Let's-
It's just become NCPL.
Yeah, I mean Bob transitioned into N3, and then you've got the modern day kind of pan fam that NCPL
The
will definitely
remnants,
still
yeah.
have some
Rem.
characters that are continuing across from Bob, but
What
But
I
that's the
wanted
thing.
to
Can you really say that goons did that? Like,
what they did.
or
Goons
disbanding?
were actually fun to hang out with. That one of the high directors and Bob blew everything up. It's amazing. I'm like obviously scaling this down a lot, but it's Mr. Billy, not just Billy. Guy.
Well, that's not what his username here said, so I just
Oh,
said
you're
Billy.
you know
Sorry.
what? Billy is a female pilot, so it's Miss Billy, right?
It could be Mrs. You don't know.
Could be Mrs. Billy. Could be married. I don't know. I don't think you. But
Ms.
Is he married?
Well,
to
the
a-
generic-
Dawn,
Ms.
Dawn,
Billy.
Dawn,
generic.
in polite society, when we don't know the marital status of somebody, we use Ms.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Alright.
Ms.
Right,
Billy.
MS.
Okay,
Yeah,
people
MS.
people are going
MS.
to say that we are having a spin or whatever, and now we are calling Villy a girl. Oh,
But that's
fucking!
his
And I'm already seeing the
character.
Reddit
He's a
post.
chick.
We're just
I-
trying to be proper, okay?
I'm just
How dare
trying to
us
educate
try to be
Dawn here.
polite?
I'm not saying anything else.
No, we are assuming this Villy gender exactly.
See,
And
Dirk.
it's Billy's character.
Dirk
Anyway.
gets so triggered at grammar. I should really have Dirk like edit one of my essays sometimes for English class. I just be like,
Oh.
"Hey, Dirk, you want to read
Oh,
my
Lord.
essay before I submit it?"
Honestly,
Stop it, Zil.
Mifune, I guarantee I have seen worse come into the INN article inbox. Like,
I will just get Zeke to send you some dumb shit. Don't worry about it.
Zeke wanted me to tell Dirk something, and it's kind of slipping past my mind. I was talking to him in Theta the other day. He wanted me to tell you something next time I saw you. I can't remember what it was.
okay.
Also, I don't know how
Wow.
many times have died evacing. I'm sure we've got to count somewhere. I run dumbass. So for those who aren't in Goonswarm or those who haven't like interacted enough in Goonswarm, I run dumbass bingo whenever we have a war. We have not
Give
split
me,
it up
give
yet.
me a second, because I'm not understanding the question. Like, no one
Okay.
is attacking. What the fuck?
Well, some people are defecting and or
Oh,
they
okay.
were
So
already
it's not our
they were-
Titans.
yeah, they're not ours anymore. Or they were already spiled, just getting back in now. Who knows? Who cares? But I run Dumbass Bingo, which is, as it sounds, we do a fun bingo for people that die the way that we expect them to whenever we go to war. You know, the hyperspatial hells, people doing solo move ops by themselves, things like that.
Okay, the guy really believes we are evacuating.
people
We're still in
running-
the same place.
People
Dude.
running 30 retrievers during an op.
16 Rorquals during a State of the Union,
Yeah,
things like that.
Sorry, X joystick, but no. And I'm not spinning. I'm not doing it. Like, if you see the stream and you watch me, you see that I don't bullshit. No, we are not evacuating. We live exactly in the same place still. We have everything placed in the same places. It's all good.
Your evacing questions are kind of confusing, actually.
So,
Are you
hold
talking
on,
about
he wants-
evacing from like a battlefield? Like once everybody's trying to log back in? Is that what you're talking about?
No, he wants us to spin the idiot chemicals guy that lost his fucking retarded ass Titan in Lowsec.
I mean, it's
That's 10K
chemicals.
though.
They're
I
almost
mean,
as bad as
it's
D-songs.
10K.
Here's
know.
the thing: we do not speak for all of Goons, and then not only that, but here's the thing: Goonswarm has so many pilots in it. There are bound to be people that do shit on their own that are dumb. Just like Don said with the idiot bingo. Like, back when we had the tribute war and we burned through tribute, we had fucking idiots sitting in their in their super alts
Jesus,
ready.
we don't call it a war, Mifune. It wasn't a war.
It was a campaign.
Guys, just being clear. Chemicals has good pilots and has bad pilots. That doesn't mean that chemicals
No.
or and basically it's all good. That guy, if that guy was evacuating, I don't know what he was doing. If he was evacuating, it's all good, and it was a decision that he made himself. That's not from the Imperium. Okay, the Imperium it's still deployed in Delve. That's our home region, and that's where we are staying. Okay, as simple as that. You can try to push my buttons and saying, oh, I'm spinning. No, I'm not. Okay, that's just the facts. You can check it. Okay, that's just being retarded, so it's all good.
Lee Thanos, I'm sorry that you have thin skin. This is actually, I mean, old goons. Yes, there was a little toxicity there. There's actually been a huge social reform there, where we've got brand new players coming to us that have never been in the game before. They've never played Eve before, and when we find out that there's a new player, well, I'll leave it a surprise, but it's a really good surprise when everybody finds out that there's a newbie riding with us. Like,
Oh,
it's actually pretty awesome. Don't spoil it, Dawn. Don't say a damn word.
No, I'm talking about. So one of my friends saw me or heard about me playing Eve for months. So now he's trying it out. I'm probably gonna get into Karma Fleet University at some point just to like have somebody who knows how to teach people teach him. But it's pretty adorable watching someone
Are you
try to
sure
learn
that
Eve for the
sentence
first
was
time.
right? Like, get him into Karma Fleet University to have people that know what they're doing teach him?
They can tell him how to turn on a repper and kill things without dying. I'm sure.
There's a question in Twitch chat. Where are goons gonna live once Delve is destroyed and goons no longer have a home?
Esoteric.
First up,
We're gonna
first up,
sleep.
NPC
We're gonna
Delve.
sleep on your couch. Whoever you are that
First
just
up,
asked that
NPC
question,
Delve.
we're coming over to your house. There's the
Now,
answer.
we're gonna be in Delve, and even if not, then you know we have our ancestral homeland, as Hesh Ballantyne points out of Syndicate. You know, we can go anywhere. You know,
Move
like
back to JU.
we're no strangers to Losec. We've done that before. We'll just go back to Losec for a while, and
never
then you'll
have,
all
so-
carry on fighting amongst yourselves, and then we'll rebuild another region again.
I mean, I've never had to live in low sec. I've gone from straight from high sec to Goonies. So, I mean, if we got to that point, that's a new experience for moi. I don't need my supers or titans ever. I'm perfectly happy sitting in my little guardian or my little simi or something, running around doing that. So, whatever. I have enough money in the game. I can buy what I want within reason. But I know that's not necessarily
Mifune,
for
you're being
everybody.
offered somebody's bed. Somebody wants Mifune in bed.
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa. I'm already in the process of moving states, but
Is it-
like
Mifune
Isn't Mifune
isn't even
underage,
supposed-
by the way?
No, I am
Yeah,
19.
he's totally not even legal. Let's not even go down that route.
I
Okay,
am
so
legal.
Perfect Topaz. Perfect Topaz brought up a good point. Lowsec is the new nullsec. Okay, that you might have been kidding whenever you said that, but because of all these new changes, like I said earlier about Empire Space, guess what? Coming to a system near you, don't be surprised if you have people moving into those just because of the resources. Like I see low sec and high sec getting way more spicy than they are right now.
Can we, real quick, bring up the fact that there is not enough ore in the belts and the anomalies to up the ADMs in a system?
Oh my god, please and thank you, Lord Jesus.
Like, this is one of my questions for CCP, and if I get the opportunity, I will ask them this as, like, kindly as possible. But did they think about that? The fact that during a major war, there is not enough ore in most systems to, unless it has like 15, 20 belts, to push it up into the ADMs at all.
It needs literally one moon. Every system has a moon.
No, well, you need a couple. You need 5 moons, one for each week, basically. But yeah,
No,
I mean, like, yeah, if you've got
get
moons,
one
you can do it.
moon to like just
So,
push it up to 1 or 2, and then after downtime you get an anomaly or 2, and then you mine that, and the IDM goes up.
So
What are you talking about?
the
But
person in
it
chat,
degrades, and as it goes up, it gets harder and harder and harder. To go from 4 to 5 is insanely harder than going from 1 to 2. You need a crap ton of ore and the M3. So if you don't have enough M3 to mine, all you can do is maintain at most.
so
To get from 4 to 5 or 5 to like 200% of 5, you have to have a fully fracked 56-day a moon of some kind to be able to mine enough to do it. Did they think about that when they implemented all these changes? I don't think they did.
Well, they said that this is what the last phase of whatever it is that they're doing right now.
So
So we'll see. We'll see what happens next. I mean, all of these changes that have been happening recently, they, even though they may not look complete, they're different. That's for sure. Like shit is definitely changing quickly. So we'll see where this goes in the next couple months.
So for the people in chat who clearly don't seem to know how ADMs work correctly, you can't just like do ratting until it's level 5 and then have an ADM of 5.
it maxes out at 4.5 on just rat or
On
just mining.
or-
You have to have
Yes,
both
for-
to get to
We are not
7.
going to discuss ADM on Theta Thursdays also, are we?
I'm sorry, that's kind of the thing I'm in charge of. So it's like my one area of expertise here.
When your 1 year of expertise is ranting.
I think
I
CCP
am the official queen of crabs, okay?
Hold up. I just
Oh,
gotta
fuck's sake.
I just gotta bring this from the chat.
So basically
CCP
you have crabs.
I do not. Fuck you, Nicole. Who's
That's what
that?
I
The
just have
side
to-
that you are not.
I just have to bring this on from the chat. The person who brought up that CCP hired the devs from Star Wars Galaxies. That is fucking hilarious. I love that.
Yes, she said she was the queen of crabs. She has crabs, basically. Yes.
Dawn does
Ironic.
not have crabs.
Have you
Well,
seen
she
it?
does. She does. She has all of us that help do, the crabbing. So yeah, she's got crabs.
So
Thanks, Azrael. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's a compliment. You've got like a whole bunch of followers, right? You've got whole fleets of people crabbing. So, I mean, it's time for surf and turf, y'all.
I just see it as a means to get to the PvP. And yes, the golden retriever B. A, I'm glad that's an emote, and B, that's a really good emote.
did they
There's
finally
a
add it as
puppy
an emote?
bee.
Yeah, we made it during one
Golden
of the
retriever
INN
bee.
breaking. Yeah, we made it during one of the breaking news streams. It was like a meme something. It was the golden bee retriever, and we meant to add
they
it
did
as
it
an
during-
emote.
It was actually done during the meta show, and
During
I
the
got to
meta
give
show,
Mini
was it?
True
Okay.
credit for this because we made a joke about it being the new SIG, the Golden Retriever SIG, and they had the thing done by the end of the show. So I got to give the Mini True guys credit. That was Froggy's thing. He pulled it off and made it happen.
That's impressive. Like by the end of the
This
show,
is
they
what we
already
do
had it.
on INN.
That's
We got
pretty
a
awesome.
team of people.
We got news bar and PowerPoint slides, and then we got our show, which has no production quality value at all. That's why
I just
Look,
want to say.
I'm sorry that
I just
I'm not
want to
good at
say,
production.
Briss. Sorry, my friend. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I'm sorry that I'm not that good of a producer as Brisk. All right, I never took. Do you want me to take some film classes? Is that what you want me to do? Film my
I
next
just need to
semester
be able
with
to
film
turn the
classes?
stream on.
Do some skill classes with you.
I just need you to turn the stream on. That's all I need, Buffoon. And your charming voice.
Yeah,
We give
I
you
just want
guys
to be very
any
vague.
help you want.
Very, very vague and say, Brisk, you're talking about Mini True, but dude, you are pulling up some really awesome stuff that's going to be out at some point in the near future. So don't knock yourself there.
I know. Look, I do some stuff. I try to have fun with things. Dirk will have a little preview of something that he helped me on today, probably in the next 10 minutes as soon as it's done rendering. And we'll have some stuff for the show on Saturday too. So, but yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, INN. This is one of the things I like about Goons and the Imperium. And the rest of these guys can say whatever they want, but we have a ton of guys with a lot of talent. We do song parodies. We do music videos. We have a DJ. We do news shows. We do propaganda. We do all kinds of stuff. And it's all designed around having fun with Eve. No other game does this stuff. A bunch of guys sitting around talking about WoW updates. I mean, maybe you do, but they're nerds. I mean, this is the thing. Like, this is why I love Eve and why it's fun to me. So yeah, we like to do stuff for you guys. And the Beach Reaver thing is part of the cool part of it was that, I mean, literally, we have guys watching the stuff who are available, who are sitting there and saying, while I'm watching my guys have fun, we're totally going to go and help them have fun by making funny things and giving them to them and then passing it up. So yeah, my love goes out to the Mini True guys, all the INN people, Dawn and the crew here on Theta Thursday, Jay and Marana and the rest of the crew on Meta Show, Push Talk guys, Eric and McLeod and all those guys, and Dirk. So there you go. That's what we do. We got a bunch of shows. We got a bunch of channels. We're having fun. And Redskin, I have not seen. I didn't hear about Shadowlands. So is there something going on?
I'm
What's
going for it.
Eve
It's next
expansion.
20 days.
Or-
I'm going for it.
Oh, is it? That's the new one. Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
new
expansion. WoW
Got it.
expansion.
Got it.
But
I hear it's terrible.
You're terrible.
I mean, look, Brisk likes to call us nerds, guys. We had a chat earlier on about, SOE capitals with contra-rotating gravity rings. Like, we accept we're nerds.
Nerd!
Brisk just likes to separate himself out a little bit.
I'm just
Brisk
saying.
can't deal with the nerds.
Nerds.
Brisk,
I mean,
it's 4:30 a.m. in my country. I'm going to sleep with that voice, with that shit in my mind.
There you
To
go.
Corian,
You're
you have a
welcome.
good night, bud. Thanks for coming,
Good
man.
night,
Oh,
Declan.
fuck shit.
Go to bed yet. He just said he's gonna sleep.
Bye-bye.
Are you leaving us? All right,
Yes.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Victoria.
DeClorian.
But I
So-
mean, this is honestly what Theta is like all the time. We theory craft the dumbest shit because we're bored, and it's a chat room with almost no moderation.
The
So-
Theta,
Oh
don't
yeah,
get-
we're well aware of that.
even
We've been very aware of Theta's lack of moderation for years. Trust us, Dawn.
We have moderation. There's just not like, oh no, they talked about this one topic. We're just
Look.
like, shut the fuck up, talk about something else.
there's only
We
there's
don't
only
have to
two
go
rules.
muting everybody to get things done.
There's only two rules in Theta: no over talking each other and no politics.
Yeah,
Everything else is
our
on the table.
new taboo is talking about high sec mining. Try to talk about that one in the main channel.
I mean, yeah, modern Theta is a very different place to what it used to be. And this comes back to the whole Cultural Revolution thing, doesn't it? The incursions are very different to what they used to be. 4 or 5 years ago. Theta is very different to what it used to be 4 or 5 years ago. Just generally all round the atmosphere in Goonswarm is very different to the way it was a few years back, and I think that was a positive. It's been a positive progression overall. Yeah, I can't.
I think that's absolutely true. There's a lot of
Can't
people
knock it.
that would have never spoken up or interacted with anybody, especially on voice chat. And now we've got people coming out of the woodworks that have been with Goons since the beginning, and we're just now hearing their voices. So something's being done right, which I think is just awesome.
We have 3 whole women in Theta now that speak.
There you go.
Well,
Three
you
of their
Whoa,
By
whoa,
the
wait,
way,
wait.
for
I
the-
mean,
for the
You
record,
had
with
more.
How
Livia-
many half women are you
Yeah,
hiding?
I think there is 3.5.
For the record, Livia, I do not just have the full pilot setup. I also have, and the helmet. I also have everything. I've got the flight suit. I've got an entire Rebel outfit. When I stream that stuff, that's Star Wars. Star Wars is mainstream. That's not nerdy.
So
It is not nerd.
I
Well,
want to
the-
see that. That sounds.
go to Brisk's.
That sounds like next level
I was
nerd.
going to stream tonight, but I got caught up in trying to finish this video. So
And obviously, being like,
look,
Yeah.
This
It's
is
going to
the
be a
thing,
very
like, I'll
awesome
tell you.
video, and it's it
It's
turned
so-
into a beast.
this is what I worry about. So this video, I like it. I think it probably has some of the best production values of anything that I've done. It's taken a lot of effort. Dirk was willing to help me, but at the same time, it's like I'm really, really worried that people are not going to get the joke. So
Yeah,
Little
know,
highbrow there.
it's a little too highbrow for people, and I don't know. We'll see.
There's a specific reference that is trying to be hit that might be fine in the current climate, but
Some people
it
may
might
get it.
not be.
Some people may get
And
it. I don't know.
Talk here.
yeah,
So, with the ever-changing landscape of the war and how goons and all the other alliances are, y'all have ruined at least 3 of my stories in my head that I wanted to write for Goonswarm.
you
Which
were
stories?
writing stories.
Oh,
What?
Have you
Dirk,
not read it?
have you not read any of Dawn's smut? Oh my god.
This sounds like something that I want to be staying as far away as from as physically possible. I'm sorry,
one-
Dawn, but this all sounds a bit sketchy to me so far.
Think of 50 Shades, but with Jay and John.
First one's Jay and
Yeah,
John.
I'm gonna stay further away from this than physically possible. All right.
Brisk-
I'm sorry,
is gonna
Dawn,
be-
but I'm just not interested in that shit.
More poppy zebra there. Yeah, I said it. I've read some smut. So like the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter novels near the end. Jesus.
It's funny. Brisk was going to be a cameo one of mine, but now it doesn't make sense, and I got to figure out how to fucking remake that. And then everything keeps changing, so every time I can make a good idea, it's just like, nope, won't make sense now. Oh, Mitani had found Frank. That could be interesting.
Oh dear God.
Speaking about a Dawn and Matani story,
What? No.
Dawn, do you wanna tell that story?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I would be in Vegas right now instead of on here. Actually, it would have been nice to do like a Theta Thursday from Vegas and talking about like the fun we were having as a group, going to the dinner, going to Fremont Street.
Oh, trust me.
You know,
So Twitch just came out with for anybody that doesn't follow updates for things, Twitch recently came out with an update for their mobile app, which makes it like 10 times easier to do like streaming vlogs. And I was like, I had this whole thing that if we went to Vegas and if I ever went to Eve Fest, that we'd have like a whole INN production value thing for constant daily Eve stuff while at Eve Vegas and stuff.
could have been hearing about some horrible announcements that no one wanted, like removing the usability of bosons. And if speaking of which, if bosons don't work in tie-dye, what good are bosons? What do they do? It takes like 10 of them
Hold
to
on
do
a
what
second.
2 used to be.
Are you in Goons?
Yeah.
So you know full well what they're good for. They're good for sitting on gates and killing interceptors that come into our system. That's
No, not anymore.
They don't work on
They
interceptors.
don't work like that anymore.
They don't work
Chris.
on nearly anything anymore.
That was
Unless you
a
have
joke.
Be
It
bad.
was
You
a
guys,
Really
you guys are really,
super
you
bad
guys are
anymore,
really
man.
like not
I
that
know.
jokey tonight. I don't
I
get
Well-
call the bros.
Well,
Yeah.
Brisk,
Oh.
I have an excuse. I've been drinking since like 3
No,
hours ago.
There's no
So-
excuse.
Okay, you're right. I'm just bad.
It was a good joke.
Oh.
The old joke is a good look. Goons boast on everything that comes into Delve, little interceptor gangs and poor little frigate roams and stuff. That's why
Poor
people
frigate.
don't like us.
Poor frigates that have freaking covert ops cloaks, torpedoes, and bombs. Yeah, those poor frigates that can nuke a Nyx. Yeah, they can nuke a Nyx on top of their Keepstar in under, what was it, 90 seconds?
Bombers aren't broken at all, guys.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. But no, I do miss the old boson only because I did know all the guys that did the boson traps. You know, Rekiri, Kumi, Geno, and the lot. And it was always fucking funny, like trying to like set up, like, okay, guys, we're gonna get this drop. We're gonna get traps. Like 5 minutes as we're like trying to get things set up. We hear they're all dead because they just warped into the boson and just got obliterated. If we still had bosons the way we should, like these fights would be very different. But now we know.
Delete Supers and Titans.
Honestly,
No.
like what good are Supers and Titans for? Killing each other and buildings, right? That's what they're good for. Now, I will say supers are very good at killing dreads, but supers also die to dreads really quickly, depending upon the number. But what else are they good for? Dreads can kill. We've proven dreads and subcaps can kill buildings just fine.
I'm
Man, if
not.
I had a 400 versus 400 Ferox fight, that'd be great.
I agree with
slug it
that.
out.
I agree with that statement.
Is
The
anybody
best-
else disturbed by the fact that Feroxes are backwards?
What do you mean back?
They are indeed backwards.
Feroxes aren't backwards. I don't know what you're
Yes,
talking
they
about.
are. Look at their model and tell me that they should not be the other way.
Every time I see a Ferox picture, I think of like a moonlander. Is that what I'm supposed to look at, like see when I'm looking at them?
You know what ship really is backwards on the model of it? The Cinnabon. It's completely back to front.
I don't fly trash.
Brisk,
So.
you are.
It's also upside down.
Dirk, is that you that's like typing?
No, Brisk is typing.
It's Brisk and I.
Y'all are typing up a
It's
storm.
the pair of us.
Sorry, I'm sending super background stuff.
No, I can
to
see
Dirk.
messages. Don's such an asshole. Mifuni's
No,
a dummy.
Well, the other reason why I type is
Why
because it
am I on the
triggers
show?
everybody. So there you go. No, I just sent Dirk the final of this thing we've been working on together. So I wanted him to see it and tell me what he thinks.
Well, I'm very excited to watch it on the Meta show at something o'clock Eve time Saturday.
So I'm kind of worried about that because it's 4 p.m. Eastern Freedom Time, which also triggers people, which is why I keep saying it, or 2000 Eve. But I know that it's the end of summertime in places this weekend. So Dirk, when do you guys set the clocks back? Is it this weekend or next weekend?
I think it's next weekend.
I think.
But
November
to be fair,
1st.
I don't even really keep track of that.
It's usually the night of like the 29th.
All right. So we got one more time where it'll be 2100 in the UK, but it'll be 2000 the week after. So you guys will get an hour, a little hour earlier.
And then before that, we have Push to Talk, which sorry, Dirk. I'm gonna admit I never watched you guys until I could actually join because most of the time it was like an hour of like nothing but it was also Saturday morning. But now that I've been on it and see it, I understand it more.
It's the 25th this year.
And when is Push to Talk? It's 1 o'clock Eastern time. I know that. I don't learn Eve time. No one? Okay, great. Anybody know when 1 o'clock Eastern time is Eve time?
No idea.
1700.
Thank you.
Oh,
See,
right,
I knew
yeah.
Brisk would know it. And I encourage everybody to hang out and watch that. I pop in occasionally. I know Bafune pops in occasionally. Dirk, you can see here Dirk and Sothrasil talk over each other for about 2 hours. It's pretty good. And Arendis is there too. And then Eric, this sweet, kind-natured, amazing. If you guys have never gotten to hang out with Eric, Eric is probably one of the nicest, sweetest people in this game. He just wants to have a good time with everybody. Y'all should just like be there to support Eric because he's like really cool.
I love Eric, and I actually got before last week's Push Talk show when he was fixing his problems. I actually got to talk to him about something, and he actually got to learn. I wouldn't say learn something from me, but he actually got to what's a good word for it? I don't know. Me and him got to have a conversation, and it was really nice because he was talking about his job, and one of his employees kind of messed up something, and he was trying to think of a way to bring up that problem with that employee. And the funny thing is that when I used to be a manager at a movie theater before Corona hit,
before you told your boss she was a bitch to her face at work?
Before all that happened, look, we're not... Before all that happened,
Best story ever.
I had a similar situation that he ran into with his employee, and I got to kind of talk about my experience about bringing that kind of mistake up and how to go about it without screwing things over. And yes, I guess I got to tell the story now of when I called my boss a bitch. This was because this particular boss of mine was a total dick to her employees. And I mean, she was mean. She was one mean, bad egg. She was that kind of manager that would openly cuss at 16-year-olds when they would screw up at their part-time job that they're getting paid $7 an hour for, you know. And she would openly cuss in front of customers to these employees. And so I reported her. I reported her to HR multiple times for shit like this, and she never got in trouble for it. And so I went to her in the manager's office one day because I was a supervisor and she was my manager, and so we're in the manager's office and I'm like, listen, like you got to stop being a total dick to these kids. I mean, you're just kind of straight up being a bitch to them, and it's not right. You shouldn't be treating your employees like that. She goes, what did you just call me? And I said you're acting like a bitch to these kids. Like I'm not afraid to say shit like that to her. And next
I
thing you know,
remember this.
I got reported to HR for calling her a bitch, and I was fired a week later.
Great.
All right, so I honestly don't know what you've been talking about for the past like 2.5 minutes. Probably close to 4 minutes. Yeah, just over 4 minutes actually. I just want to say, Brisk, that is fantastic, and there are so many people that won't get it, and it's brilliant. Oh, you guys are going to enjoy the meta show today. Not today, Saturday, this week.
Well, we've got open comms tomorrow. We get to enjoy as well for about an hour before Dirk gets too drunk to actually understand, which is fine. But yeah, I guess we're getting kind of to the end. So, any final comments, questions, things you want to bring up real quick to talk about? Shit talk you want to shit talk? We have no format. We don't have to be nice on this show. I mean, I'll say it, bring it on, Mr. or Ms. Villy, whatever you prefer to be called.
So I guess.
Hey, you know what? I think I have Dirk on that one. Like, I've already finished off a bottle over here this week. Yeah, it took me a week, but still, seriously.
I just want to clarify for anybody who hasn't seen the Open Comms show. It's not me. It's Dirk McGurk.
So you're not alts of the same person? Like I'm convinced that everybody in my corporation, including myself, are just alts of the same person.
Oh yeah, you're all Zongonauts.
So I'm not sure if
confirmed all of us are Zungan alts.
I can see that.
I'm not sure if Villy is still
Buffoon
watching.
What's wrong with being a Zungan alt?
If Villy is still
Well,
watching,
I mean, besides the strings coming from the ceiling, it's really not so bad.
Look. If Villy is still watching,
Listen, anybody got anything else?
I got
last comments before we shut down for the evening.
I got a thing for Villy. If Villy is still watching, Villy, if you're watching, I have work tomorrow and I have work Saturday and Sunday. So if you're gonna attack a Cube Star, please wait until a day that I'm not working and not making frosties, so that I can gladly join the fight. That'd be awesome.
So
you
want this to happen on Monday? You want a Monday night Cube Star fight?
I asked them to fight in general at a specific time. I did not get it. I don't know why you would get it.
I feel your pain, Mifune. I'm going to be working all day tomorrow as well.
So shall I.
Yay! Saturday, working. Yay.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, is it? Shit, I've completely lost track.
It's gonna be Friday in about 3 minutes for most of the people in the United States. So happy Friday, everybody! Get your drinks now. All right, I think that's about it. Yep. All right.
See, all of these comments about how hey, it's going to be Friday and I'm going to be working like all day tomorrow or late tomorrow or whatever. I normally work right through the weekends because I work in food retail at the minute, and this is exactly why I'm trying to get out of food retail. Just like the hours are just awful. They really are. I don't understand why everyone has to like. I mean, I appreciate it because hey, I do a lot of my shopping later in the evening as well. But at the same time, Jesus Christ, the amount of bullshit that
Comments right
late
now.
night workers put up with is incredible.
So I guess
That
I'll close.
will be your 30-minute part of a show sometime. So you hold your tight pants. And I'm losing internet. Anyway.
I'll close off with the Wendy's update while Dawn's internet is dying. The Wendy's update, I closed at Wendy's this past weekend, and during Sunday night, a couple of drunk kids came up to the drive-thru and asked for the Travis Scott burger, and then they proceeded to play Sicko Mode through the drive-thru window speaker, which really hurt my ears. But all is well that ends well. We pretty much called the cops and got them shoved out through the drive-thru because they kept sticking themselves in the line.
I thought you were about to say you got them shot.
Mifune, do I have some drunken ER stories for you?
Oh boy.
We call it things that the police drug in. So if you want some stories, oh boy, I could fill an entire show.
That would be fun one night. But anyway, I hope everyone has a fantastic night. Don't forget to tune in on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Push to Talk, and then followed by the Meta Show afterwards. Stay tuned, and as always, have a great and wonderful night.
Thanks, everybody.